Welcome back to the Physics Friars series on God the Father. We are discussing God's existence, and this time I'm going to start with you. Have you ever wondered whether or not there really is a God? Take a moment now to brainstorm a list of evidence and arguments that God is real, and a list of evidence and arguments that God is not real. And I want you to be sure that you take your top pick from each list and you share those with the class in your lecture summaries. But I invite you to think beyond the question of whether or not there is a God. Who is God for you? What is the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the word God? Is it an old man with a beard? Or is it a flower? Or maybe it's an image of the cross of Jesus. If you draw a sketch of your image of God, or you come up with a poem that captures that image, I'll be sure to post it in the classroom. See, the question of who God is really the primary question, not the question of God's existence. I love this quote. The important question is not whether or not God exists, but who or what this God is whose existence we either affirm or deny. I would tell you who said that quote, but I can't remember who it is. See, the important question, or the correct answer to the question of does God exist, is not yes or no. The correct answer to the question does God exist is what do you mean by God? See, people have different definitions of God. For some people, God is an explanation for why things are the way they are. And for still other people, God is this evil or even cruel being who is greater than us and kind of controls our lives. And then for still other people, God is kind of undefined, like an unseen engineer kind of running the show behind the scenes, or maybe like a father. The point is, the meaning of the word God, or the question, who is God? It comes before the question of this God's existence. Catholics believe that God is Father and Creator, and also transcendent. Now that's a money word. Transcendent means totally other, infinitely beyond and independent of creation, beyond even definition. Does God exist? Who or what do you mean by God? If you're talking a cruel God who has no mercy for sinners, I don't believe in that God's existence. But if you mean by God a transcendent, merciful God who is like a loving Father, I can believe in that God's existence.